Hey, we're always excited when Lucy Greer comes to our kitchen. Last time she came, she taped a segment afterwards, which we're airing today. It is her making pork medallions with a creamy mushroom sauce. It was so good. All right, check it out.
We are cooking with pork tenderloin this morning with Lucy Greer.
Yes.
She has some great pork tenderloin recipes. We've had a few here on Fox 10, but none quite like this. Usually we put it in a Ziploc for overnight,
Yeah.
and then sometimes we put it in the crock pot. This morning we're cooking it in the skillet.
Yes, we are making pork medallions and a creamy mushroom sauce, and this is a kind of fun, different way to cook pork tenderloin, and this is a really pretty dish when it comes together, and this would be a great one for company. So what I have already done and what we are continuing to do is just take one pork tenderloin, and I've just cut it into about 1/4-inch slices, and we have a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and I just put salt and pepper on these, and as you can see, we're just browning them on both sides, and then we're going to remove this batch and put it on a plate and get the next batch in.
And it does shrink down a little bit when you cook it, so keep that in mind when you're trying to think about portions and who all you're feeding.
Yes, and this pork tenderloin, it's about 1.25 pounds, so it'll feed, I mean, 4 people.
Right.
But if they're heavy eaters, pretty much 3 people. So as you can see, I'm just slicing them fairly thin and salt and pepper on both sides, and just a couple minutes on each side here. So keeping one hand with the pork and then one hand clean, so you can kind of do this right here. So,
and Lucy, does it matter? Again, I've told you before, in some of the recipes we've used with pork tenderloin, you let it sit overnight or for 30 minutes in a Ziploc with some marinade on it. Is it okay to not have the marinade on this?
Yep, this sauce that we're going to make is going to be full of flavor, and one of the reasons why we're going to cut these thinly is because we want to be able to cook this on a weeknight.
Right.
So once we brown these up, I'm just going to add a couple more tablespoons of olive oil, and as y'all can see, just salt and pepper, and then add them in there.
So really easy.
Yeah, really easy, and because we're slicing them thin, like I said, it's not going to take too long to cook. So once we get all these browned up, we're going to add some onions and mushrooms and make a really delicious, flavorful sauce. So here comes the next batch.
All right, we'll continue to brown these and work on these. I see an orange, I see some onions, and I see some mushrooms. They're all coming into the recipe coming up in the next cooking segment, so stay with us.